Most people love what we do and they want to become involved themselves. But quite often, a question that does arise is our business model in property moral and is it ethical? Well, I'm going to attempt to answer that question for you all in this short video. First of all, let's take a look at our business model. This primarily consists of taking very rundown, if not derelict properties that are uninhabitable here in South Wales and the South West and converting them by renovation into perfectly habitable family homes. So the first part of that, people turn around to me and say, well, are we taking properties away from young people or indeed first-time buyers of perhaps any age that want to get onto the property ladder? Now, by the very model of taking very rundown, if not derelict houses, I don't believe we are, because these properties in general aren't even mortgageable in the state they're in. Plus, a lot of people who don't work in the property sector wouldn't know where to start when it comes to renovating or refurbishing these properties. So they're simply off limits for them. These are not propositions they would consider themselves. They would much rather see a property that's in good condition, if not a property that has been fully refurbished. So what do we do with our properties once we've refurbished them? Well, there's two main exits for us, the two core exits, and that is to sell the property. So typically we'd be selling our refurbished property to a first-time buyer or home mover, thus creating a family home. Or if not, we would choose to refinance and keep the property. We would then rent the property out, and that would again provide much needed housing. Don't forget, we're in a housing crisis, so it doesn't matter whether you buy or rent in the United Kingdom. Rental is specifically affected by the housing crisis. If you think about it, after the Second World War, we had a massive spree of building houses. We built huge local authority estates that were all affordable housing. Thousands upon thousands of houses in each estate. And if you think about your local area, for example, if we look at Newport, we had Bettis, we had Ringland, just to name but two. There's plenty in Cardiff, in Swansea. In all the Welsh valleys, we were building affordable housing in massive numbers. Now, since the 1970s and 1980s, we haven't done that. The government and the local authorities have chosen not to do that, and they've actually sold off a lot of these affordable houses under the council right to buy scheme. Don't get me wrong, I think that's a wonderful scheme and it gives everybody the opportunity to own their own property. So I'm certainly not knocking that. What I'm saying is the government and the local authorities are not replenishing the housing stock they have been selling off. So as a nation, we're now dependent upon private rental stock provided by landlords just like us. So if we're looking at derelicts or properties that are uninhabitable and we are converting these into family homes, effectively we're helping take people off the streets. And that literally is how bad the housing crisis is in the United Kingdom today. So if you ask the question, is our business moral? Is it ethical? Well, I firmly believe that it is, because we're helping transform uninhabitable properties into family homes. We're taking people off the street and we're giving them a good quality of living accommodation at a fair market value. What could be wrong with that? Comments below, please. I look forward to speaking to you all soon.